What is going on, everybody? Dylan and Ben here from PeakBot, the household name for automated trading. Ben, let's get some music going early here today.
All right, let's do it. I'm feeling some lo-fi today. I don't know how you feel about lo-fi. I'm digging lo-fi.
I need some lo-fi in my life right now. You know what I mean? I need something to calm things down. The market's certainly not calm right now. If you're tuned in, maybe tune out. Honestly, crazy market, some Trump stuff with tariffs in China, and probably more to come. Who knows? But on today's show of the Automation Station, episode 170, maybe a quicker one than usual. We'll see. We're going to, of course, go through the bots trades this week. We'll talk about some economic events. We'll have some trader trivia. We'll take a look at a couple other things as well. If there are any questions, of course, feel free to send them in the chat live or shoot us an email at experience@peakbot.com or use the chat on our website, peakbot.com. All right, Ben, anything on the agenda that I'm like overlooking because I'm all over the place. I'm scattered.
No, I've got the charts up on one screen here. I got my Tradier account open on the other screen. I've got our streaming platform right in front of me. I'm eyes everywhere right now. So
3 monitors right now you're working on?
Yeah, just 3 today. Just three.
Nice. All right. So where would we like to start? Of course, people are still getting joined here. I think I'm going to pull up my Tradier account. So obviously our King Condor position that we were in today stopped out. That's, that happens when there's this much intraday movement. Expected, unfortunate, but expected. I'll tell you this, Ben, and we teased this on one of our last shows, I believe, but our AI version of King Condor, which we'll be soon launching, are we still close to the money right now? Oh, that got blown out too.
We're hanging in there. I mean, listen, we're not going to stop out.
Not going to stop. Lot of game left.
Yep, we've got 4 hours left. 4 hours, anything can happen. Our strike price there is 66.50. SPX is currently trading right around 66.30. So that's a $20 move, which on a normal day would be a lot to ask, I feel. But on a day like today, where we went from a high of, We went from a high of 67.62 down to a low of 66.18. That's like $150 swing.
Yeah.
All within the matter of like an hour or two.
Yep. All right. Well, the market's moving. Let's keep things moving here. So Ben, what do you think? Let's go down the line for the bots results this week. And then we can head into trader trivia.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So we're going to go from the top. We're going to start with BenBot. I'm going to pull up my screen here in just a second. BenBot is our most consistent strategy within the PeakBot suite for pro subscribers. The days like today aren't very fun for BenBot on a bullish IWM strategy, daily covered call. So here, let's check this out. By the way,
the good news real quick for BenBot is when the market's going down, you're not going to lose as much as the market's losing because you are selling calls along the way.
Yeah.
So there's always opportunity to lessen the blow with BenBot. And hey, if the market goes down, you kind of expect to not make money. That's the old school mentality. Not saying that's good, but here we are.
Shorbo was making money as the market went down today. I think Shorbo's in a good position, and we'll get to that in just a second. Yeah. But you're right. So Ben, we were talking backstage, not to put you on the spot, but you were even thinking about, hey, with something like this crazy amount of action in a day, we'll see again, a lot of ball game left, but you were even thinking, hey, maybe we just wait this out over the weekend, see what happens. What was your mindset there?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if you look back at like these big drops, especially tariff-induced drops, we usually have a little bit of a bounce back. So instead of just selling out of the shares today, what I might do is open up a protective put. So that way, any further movement down that might happen over the weekend, we're protected. But hey, if we get a bounce back up to 245, that'd be lovely over the weekend. And I wouldn't say that that's out of the question. Even 244, 245, that would be a really nice bounce back. I do think that it will happen. It's just a matter of how many days is it going to take. So this afternoon, I'm going to be exploring some different options. Maybe I'll look at like a weekly put, see how much that costs, just so that way we've got that downside protection for the whole week. Make back this loss through selling calls and with our shares, and we'll see what the damage overall turns out to be next week. But typically this strategy is rinse and repeat: buy shares, sell calls, roll contracts, right? But on certain events like today, certain instances like today, there's going to have to be some manual effort put into quote unquote trade out of the position. And again, we're not trading emotionally, we're trading based off of what data tells us is the most advantageous for our position. So there's some research to be done this afternoon, a decision to be made, and then the bot will act accordingly.
Yeah, and to your point, Ben, of the last time, trying to look for a daily red bar that's been about the size of what we've got already in half the day today. And that looks like back here on July 15th, huge move. That candle does look a little bit bigger than what we've got so far today. And it did bounce back, right? As we can see, and then obviously this was a pull down here in August for a bit. But, as you continue to zoom out, look, this is why we're not so worried, right? I mean, look at this pattern we're in here. Look at this trend. You can almost look. We can draw trend lines until we're blue in the face. But you can almost argue that we're bouncing right off a trend line here again. Like, this can get silly too, but just connecting from the lowest point, a bounce off of it here, and we'll see. That's why I don't think it's still too crazy what Ben was just mentioning. So, all right. So that's IWM. That's BenBot again. This is averaging about. It was around 2.5% a month. It's probably closer to 2% per month right now. Just averaging everything out. That's back of the napkin math. Don't be quoting me on this, but we can see here what we're capable of with this bot. All right. So, and heading in here to October. So hoping for a limited loss today. As you said, we do have this, the calls out there. So, all right, that's BenBot. Ben, King Condor, what damage did we take today? Off the top of your head? We'll get it updated in here, but probably a similar size loss to what we've been seeing this week. A couple outliers here. Rarely do we see the bot trade this often in a week, right, Ben? I mean, we're 4 days straight. Actually, this is technically the one coming off of Friday into Monday here, but I mean, 4 straight trades here. Going to be a 5th. Yeah, not so hot for King Condor, right? And when we take a look at the market, I mean, we kind of see why, right? We pride ourselves on being transparent with our wins and our losses. If we were to take a look at the daily.
Sorry. Go back real quick, because we should not have been in yesterday at all. I don't think that's accurate.
Okay.
There was no trade yesterday because I would remove that because there was J-Pow was giving a speech pre-market. Turn the bot off for that.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to mess with everything. We'll get this updated here and make sure it's fully accurate. This is updated at the end of the day. So Ben, maybe we'll shoot Thomas a message about that. Okay, cool. So that's King Condor. Again, what I was going to pull up is like days like today, we can pull up the strikes, but we want to keep things moving here. Obviously, that's going to crush any type of put credit spread that's out there. All right. So call credit spread is obviously still open, and we'll likely be able to at least cash on that, but we'll see likely a net loss today. All right. So that's King Condor. Let's talk about Shorbo. All right, so Shorbo, a little bit of a recovery as of late, right? We were seeing a pretty big drawdown on Shorbo, the largest we've seen since the launch. So August wasn't very fun, okay? July was. We launched it in July, had a fantastic month in July, lost almost what we made in the first month in August, okay? September, I mean, we limited the damage, but we're kind of looking at about a 10 or 11% drawdown here, and we've been able to recover here this week. We've been able to make some gains back. Ben, I'll check in my Tradier account in just a second how much credit we earned on Shoreboat today. Unless you know it off the top of your head.
I would imagine it's pretty high. I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, let's pull it up. So let's see here. SPX. Okay, maybe I don't have that filled here. But we'll take a closer look at it here in just a second.
I wonder if your Shoreboat strikes overlapped with King Condor due to that big move. Here, I can tell you real quick what the
that's what it was here, I think, right? Oh no, that was a debit.
I could tell you in a second based on what we've got the bot having recorded. About $1.50.
About $1.50. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So we'll get that live. That should flip us green. That should flip us green for the month of October, which we are excited about. Let's talk about some of our partner bots now. So again, we've covered the 3 next gen bots: BenBot, King Condor, Shoreboat. It's not the hottest we've ever been. Okay, we're acknowledging that, but we're not in a panic. Ben, I had a customer call me on my cell phone this morning. Say, hey, I'm down $2,000 in the last 2 weeks since I started with you guys. I said, okay, well, how much cash are you trading? All right, 50K. I was like, hey, look, it's going to happen. And I'm already uncomfortable with the call, but I'm like, look, I got to tell you, that's not that crazy. This is trading in just a 2-week span when you're trading with 4% drawdown, and people are ready to jump off the plank with just that. And we got to tell them, hey, this is not short-term emotions. This is a long-term game plan here. We're utilizing short-term trades and automation to get it done. So those are that. Good news is we've got some partners that are real hot. And if you knew what you were doing, you'd be trading as many strategies as you can. That's the golden rule: diversify. Of course, you got to have the cash to do it. But let's take a look at JR28 here. Did we switch YouTube channels? All of my Tradier content disappeared from my notifications. I did Tradier may have.
Yeah, I think Tradier, they're on Smart Options Trader or something like that now. That's where they're streaming. We're also on our YouTube channel and our X. Most of our viewers are on our X.
That's right. Excellent. So JR28, okay, for anybody who's not familiar, this is a partnership exclusive to Tradier. It's a fully automated copy trading system from Jovan, the founder of JR28 Trading. Any trades he takes, you take. All right. So here's his platform. Here are his open positions. You can see a lot on Pfizer, DJT, JD, TLT, and U. So, and all of his trades here are tracked. Here's the great news. This launched on July 29th. Okay. And I should put a banner up here. Actually, you can go to the Linktree, linktree.com/use PeakBot. It's right here below my finger right now. It's right there. Okay. Up $1,800. This is a small account. Okay, this is a 5K account and friendly for 5K at scale as well. All right, it's not like the compounds of these accounts are going to grow and you'll need more cash if you want to jump in. Always going to keep it within 5K buying power. Okay, so this is roughly a 35% return since launch here, and you can see every trade. The results in here are fantastic. Okay, he's still got some open trades right now, as we just discussed, but this is Ben. I don't know if you'd agree. I think this is the hottest partner we've got right now. JR28, not trying to get rich quick here. This is not a challenge. This is not a sprint to double your account. This is smart options buying. Okay, we're selling for credit. He's buying with debit for a larger upside. Okay. So again, fully automated. All you need is 5K, and you can get rocking and rolling with JR28, up 35% in just about 2.5 months. It's excellent. All right, Ben, we can talk about Trendy Fly. I don't think we spent too much time on this show talking about our partnership with Simpler Trading and Trendy Fly.
Trendy Fly.
What's that?
I was saying Trendy Fly. Let's talk about, or do we want to hop into Trader Trivia first and then get
okay? Let's do that.
So we got a good amount of viewers over on X now. maybe we'll give out some free subscriptions today.
Let's do it.
Let's get the music changed here. Let's get this dance pop
All right.
going here. All right, so this is how this part of the show works. If you're new here, this is Trader Trivia. What we're going to do is we're going to ask a question. You're going to answer the question by emailing us the answer to experience@peakbot.com. If you answer that question correctly, we're going to email you back with a link to get PeakBot for free for 1 month. So if you've ever been thinking about trying a trading bot, or you're like, hey, I don't know if I want to actually pay for a trading bot, well, here's your chance to try one out for free. All you have to do is answer this question correctly. Send the answer to experience@peakbot.com. We'll email you back with a link to get started. So today's question is, who was the first U.S. president to appear on the New York Stock Exchange trading floor? Was it A, Teddy Roosevelt, B, Calvin Coolidge, C, Ronald Reagan, or D, George W. Bush? Oh man, you're muted. You're muted. That whole comment gone. The internet will never hear.
Well, I'm going to repeat it. I have no guess. I don't know if it's a trick question. I'm going to just go off of the gut here. I don't know about anybody else, but again, email us your answer to experience@peakbot.com. Answer correctly, 1 month free of PeakBot Pro. Okay, Ben, what are we learning about?
All right. Did you know? I have no idea what's about to show up here.
Oh boy.
I literally didn't even read.
We could, maybe skip past it.
We might have to cut.
Okay. Let's read it quickly.
All right. This looks fine. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna read it because I have no idea what it is. So in 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, U.S. stock markets experienced extreme volatility as global fears about the virus spread. Understandably, things were shutting down.
Yep.
Companies were closing down.
The world was ending.
Things were crazy. So for the first time in history, market-wide circuit breakers were triggered 4 times in a single week. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember the market crashing. Everything halted. And then you have to wait. I think it's 5 minutes at first, and then it's 15 minutes, something like that. And then everything would resume. So it's an automatic mechanism designed to pause trading when prices fall too sharply, preventing panic-driven sell-offs. It's kind of like whoever's, at the top pulling the strings. It's just like, hey guys, calm down. This isn't as bad as it seems.
Puppet Master says, we got to jump in here. Go ahead.
So these halts reflect the unprecedented uncertainty and fear among investors as the pandemic disrupted economies worldwide. I wonder, and I know I've definitely looked at this before, but just for fun, I want to look at the VIX.
During COVID, the initial
during COVID. Look at the VIX today.
That's wild.
Yeah, so if we're looking at COVID,
I think it's similar spike to what we saw there. Yeah.
Yeah, we made it all the way up to 85 bucks. That's pretty nuts because we were coming off of $15, 15 to 85, man.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, some of the other spikes that we've seen since got close, right?
Yeah, we've got back in 24 for a day, we got up to 65, and then 60 back in April. When the market was tanking.
Yeah,
and man, doesn't that just make today look like nothing?
Yeah, who cares? What are we complaining about? Okay, cool. All right, so let's go give the people the answer that they're looking for.
Yes, so the answer to the trivia question is B, Calvin Coolidge. In 1921, President Calvin Coolidge, and that was a factor here too. Like, I'm reading these answers. Yeah. I didn't know when Calvin Coolidge was president.
Not a clue.
The other three, general idea.
Yeah, general idea.
But Calvin Coolidge, not on my radar. So 1921, he visited the floor, marked the first time a sitting president had ever set foot on the trading floor, symbolizing growing importance of Wall Street in America's economic and political landscape. His visit was seen as a gesture of confidence in the country's financial markets during a period of post-World War I recovery. And man, did that kick off the Roaring 20s, huh?
Yeah, sure
Thanks,
did.
Calvin.
Yeah, didn't last long. But I'll tell you this: that is a good fun. It is both fun and factual. Hopefully, you earned a free month of PeakBot if you were correct. I was going to guess Calvin Coolidge just because he's got the coolest name. Ronald Reagan though was, he was a superstar. He was Mr. Hollywood. He was the guy. He would be the guy doing the appearances. I was leaning between B and C. I was really hoping it wasn't D, or presidents wouldn't be given much respect to Wall Street.
Couldn't have been W.
No, not George W. All right. So that was Trader Trivia. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's just let's wrap up here with some partner bots. All right. And then we can go through some economic events heading into next week, and we'll wrap. All right. So, Ben, Trendy Fly. I'm going to put you on the spot one more time now. In one or two sentences, in a high level 40,000 foot flyover, explain to the people watching our partner, John McKeever, Trendy John, over from Simpler Trading and his iron fly strategy. Give them a very high level as to how it works and what their experience might be.
So, in its most simplest form, it is a directional short fly strategy. And it's directional based on John McKeever, Trendy John's trendy edge indicator, which he's been using for the past decade and trades with a lot of success using that indicator. So that indicator tells the bot, hey, are we bullish or are we bearish for this current trade? If we're bullish, we're going to skew up to the 75 delta put. If we're bearish, we're going to skew down to the 75 delta call, forming, and that's where the body of the iron fly will be. We're going to form a $25 wide fly. We're usually looking for a credit of around $17. Sometimes we get more, and that's great. Love when that happens. But minimum is 17. If we don't get 17 and we don't fill within a couple hours, bot just cancels the trade. And once you're in, now this part's cool because this is a feature that isn't widely available amongst PeakBot or our partner bots. You could set different take profit levels. So you could trim your profits at different levels. So if you're trading 5 contracts, you could trim at a $50 profit, at a $150 profit, at a $225 profit, at a $350 profit, and at a $500 profit. Me personally, I like trim 2. If you zoom in at the top there, Dylan, you'll see trim 2 statistics. So we've been trading this strategy for about 90 trading days. And the P&L, so what does that say? 84 trading days?
84, yep.
Can you zoom in a little bit more? Yeah, good, thank you. So over the last 84 trading days, now you need $2,000 to trade, right? So 84 trading days, that's about 4 trading months. If you think about how many trading months, days there are in a month.
21. So
over 4 months, this is made about $500, and that's just trading one contract, right? Just one contract on trim 2. This is made about $500 on a $2,000 investment. That's a 25% return in just 4 months. That's great. And the win rate at that trim is about 71%. After that, trim 3, 4, or 5, the win rate really falls off, but the anticipated return is there. You can see trim 3 is currently a loser, but you are making more overall with trim 4 and trim 5. Yeah. So it really, I look at these numbers, and other than trim 3, it kind of all shakes out to almost equal, right? Yeah. Trim 1 and 2, higher win rate. The losses hurt a little bit more. Trim 4, trim 5, you're going to win more, but you're going to win less. At the end of the day, it's all kind of shaken out to be around the same. And these are all live trades. So this isn't back tested. This is all live trading over 84 trading days.
And you can see the wins here. All right. So if you were trading all 5 trims since launch 84 days ago, or 84 trading days ago, apologies, about 4 months, you're looking at a 1,885% profit. And based on that 2,000, we're looking at a 72.5% ROI in that time. So 4 months, 72% return.
Not quite.
Okay, sorry.
Not quite. That's the win rate there. Dylan.
Win rate. Okay, my bad. So your note of the 2K. Now, this does make day trades. So you're going to need 25K in the account, correct, Ben?
Yes.
Okay. So just a note there, don't be coming in with 2K thinking you can get involved here. Need the 25K. All right. So trendy fly. Here's the results. Fantastic. Trim 1 and trim 2 is where, in our opinion, Ben certainly said trim 2 itself, but trim 1 and trim 2, it's actually the preset now. You got to have 1 on 1 or 2 before you can add anything else on trims 3 through 5. Okay. So,
yep.
Outside of that, we've got some other very exciting partner bots in beta, including our partner, Jake over from Gexco. He's got some really incredible results going on. So we've got a lot coming. Terry's Tips, a Tradier exclusive partner, has had a fantastic second half of the year here. His portfolio, I didn't check this past weekend, but prior to that was up around 34% year to date, with an individual portfolio, Boomer's Revenge, trading IWM, up nearly 100%. So if you were trading just hit that one portfolio of his, almost doubled the cash so far this year. Ben, what did I miss? Anything else? Otherwise, let's get into some economic events.
Let's do the economic events.
All right, cool. You pull that up and we'll get into it.
Cool. All right. So boom, 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 boom. Here we go. All right. So looking at next week on Monday, market's closed. Columbus Day, right? Columbus Day. That's what's going on.
That's Monday. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Market's closed. I'm golfing.
Yeah. Market's closed.
I'm golfing.
Good.
So really, when we're thinking about trades entering today, going into Tuesday, which I don't think we're going to have those, at least not King Condor, not the Iron Condor. Those won't be opening. I want to talk about Doug's comment in a little bit. So on Tuesday, we've got, I didn't know this was coming up. So we got another J Powell speech at 12:20. So yeah, even more reason to not be trading into Tuesday. Looking into Wednesday, a bunch of Fed speeches. Nothing else after that, really. Thursday, we got some PPI data. Wow, got a lot coming in pre-market, retail sales, PPI, Fed speeches. My goodness, this is a laundry list. But we're going to be busy on Thursday.
All right. Get your golf in on Monday.
Housing on Friday. That kind of caps off the week. Wow. Busy week next week. Tuesday, Thursday, those are the days to look out for. I'm going to guess minimal trading to be happening.
At least with PeakBot strategies.
Which is okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I think that kind of wraps us here for today's episode of the Automation Station. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, reach out to our team. We're transparent. We'll tell you what's hot and what's not. Oh, Doug's comment.
Yes. So FINRA approved this, Doug. So lowering the day trade requirement from $25,000 to $2,000. It's now moving on to SEC approval. If the SEC approves it, then we just have to wait for timing of when this will actually take effect. But if we see this happen, I would imagine volume is just going to explode. But I would also imagine there's going to be a lot more bot providers that come out to the market to take advantage of day trading strategies that could be more profitable. I'm very excited about it because there are countless times where we talk to people and it's like, hey, we've got to prevent making a trade that would actually make your overall position safer because we don't want to trigger pattern day trading rules. Or if we're in a position that's maybe profitable or maybe it's losing and we want to cut losses, maybe we're forced to hold longer than we wanted to hold. And that's
real disadvantage.
That's not fair, right? Like, why, if I don't want to hold my position overnight and I'm stuck doing that, otherwise I'm going to be banned from trading with this broker. That's crazy. So I really want to see the SEC pass this. I think that they will. FINRA already approved, SEC hopefully will approve, and then at some point in 2026, I think we'll see this change in place.
A lot of volume, a lot of automation to come if that does happen. Totally agree.
Yep. Now I think we're at T+1 even. So super quick. Anyways, Dylan, sorry about that. Now you can.
No, I'm sorry.
Now you can send us out here.
Yeah, you mentioned you wanted to get to Doug's comment. It was a good one. So, yes, thank you for tuning in. Continue to diversify, continue to automate, adapt or die. Appreciate you tuning in. We will be live again. No. We won't be live Monday.
Market's closed Monday.
Ben's golfing. Hopefully I'm golfing. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Friday, same time, same place. And we'll see you at the peak. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.